Yo, listen, I'm back. It's been like a little over a week, but we got a lot to talk about. NCAA basketball, WNBA draft is tonight, and we always go talk about some other stuff. But yeah, your girl got some opinions on some things, so I'm going in. Nah, we gonna be good though. But y'all know how I do. Let's get it. I know I said it's been like a week, but it's been more like 2 weeks. I haven't done an episode in April yet. The heck. But nonetheless, man, a lot has transpired since I last did a podcast. As far as NCAA basketball is concerned, my Huskies went back to back. Shout out to UConn, the men's basketball team. That was a solid tourney, but I think all the talk has been in the women's tourney, which has been nice to get some headlines on that side. The games are great. Obviously, you got Caitlin Clark, South Carolina going undefeated, and all that stuff. And the WNBA draft is also tonight, as I'm recording this. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on this beautiful Monday morning. Also, hi. Hope everybody has a beautiful start to their week. But yeah, I kind of got to touch on something with NCAA basketball. First of all, like I said, shout out to my Huskies going back to back. We doing our thing, man. I've been a UConn fan since like late '90s. Back when Rebecca Lobo and Ray Allen and all them boys, Rip Hamilton. I've been a UConn fan for a minute, so I've been along for the ride. I've been along for the ride. We remember Kimba and everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was Ben Gordon, Emeka Okafor. Good days. Good days. Now, on the women's side, I've been Diana Taurasi is probably my favorite. Not even just like women's player. She's my favorite player of all time. Don't get it twisted. Like I watch a lot of basketball. Diana Taurasi is my favorite player of all time. Sue Bird and Swin and Maya Morris was one of my favorites. Brianna Stewart. I'm so happy she's on the Liberty. Tina Charles. A lot of the goats. Like, and like I said, I just been a big UConn basketball fan. And I was happy to see my girls get to the Final Four. Paige was doing her thing. Shout out to Leah Edwards, she's in the draft. Also our guard is in there too, Mule. But yeah, man. The women's side, I loved all the storylines. Well, all the positive storylines. There were some negative in there. Um, but I will say I do love the fact that the women's game is getting some kind of shine. Caitlin Clark has a lot to do with that. We know. I think also we gotta give love to LSU and Angel Reese and Kim Mulkey and all of them because they got eyes helping put eyes on the game too. Um, I don't like all the shade that Angel Reese gets. It's not fair. It's yeah, and if you're smart, you know what's the biggest reason why she gets. I mean, she talks smack, but doesn't a lot of athletes like? And I don't like how she's been singled out personally. Especially as myself being a black woman, I don't like how she's singled out, and y'all know that's the reason why. It's because she's a black woman, and we always get this, regardless of what we do, whether it's sports or just life. We always get this stigma of like we're all when we're loud or when we want to speak out that we're being disrespectful or we're being too pushy or too abrasive or whatever. I've gotten it all my life. And I think I can speak probably for any woman of color. We've all gotten it, especially black women. Let's just throw that out there. I think she's a baller. She can play. That's all I care about. As long as she's not being overly disrespectful, I like the little rivalry between her and Caitlin Clark, and I hope that like goes to the WNBA. Like I don't have any problems with rivalries, but we got a solid rookie class here. Like it's not just Caitlin and Angel. Like we got Cordoso that came from South Carolina because we got to talk about South Carolina, give them some love for an undefeated season that no one was like talking about, but go off. Aaliyah Edwards, obviously from UConn, Rakia Jackson from Tennessee. We got some in the Ford from Stanford. I can't remember her name off the top of her head, but we got a bunch of we got some ballers in this draft. Like this is gonna be a good draft. At least definitely at like this first round or two. It's gonna be pretty nice. It's good, pretty nice. The WBA usually do 3 rounds. Since there's only 12 teams, they could pretty much do the whole draft in a few hours. But yeah, man, it's I'm happy. I can't wait to see where this goes. Like as far as the women's game is concerned, because I've been watching women's basketball ever since I was a kid. When I remember when the WNBA was announced, when I was a young girl, I was like, yo, I want to play the WNBA. I love basketball. It's still like my favorite sport at heart. Like it's the one sport I can always like sit down and watch. I don't care who's playing. Um, but I remember seeing the WNBA started, and it had its hype, but it was kind of dwindled. The views have been better, at least as the years have gone by. I feel like the years have like there's so many different players. There's a bunch of great players. Like there's not just like one pillar of the league. There's like I feel like every squad, if you've really been at least keeping up just a little bit with women's basketball. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I hate when people just like bash it and be like, oh, women, like this whole women shouldn't play sports or basketball bull. Like I'm to the point where I just like I ignore those people because it's like where have you been, like, or like even the whole women playing video games thing, that's a whole nother can of worms. Because I've been a part of both communities, and I remember when I used to play, like when I first started playing video games, 90% of the games I played were sports games. I played all of football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer. I played all the different sports games, and that was 90% of what I used to play. I would play the occasional like Sonic or Mario or stuff like that. Like I would play, and I love things like Tetris, like those games like that. But I played sports games. Like Madden was my number one for the longest. Like I played NBA Live, I played NBA 2K. NBA Street Volume 2 is probably, if not, it's in my top maybe 3 games of all time. I binged the hell out of that game. But like, the NFL streets, the FIFA streets, the NBA street, like all that stuff, I played all that stuff when it was more than one sports game per sport. Like when licensing started coming into it and all that stuff, Madden, EA took the NFL license. Like we had NFL 2K, we had quarterback club, and NFL Street. We had all these different football games, Blitz, Tecmo Bowl. Yeah, I'll take you back to Tecmo Bowl. Come on, man. Like I played all that stuff. And like being a woman in that space is nuts. It's enough being a woman who plays video games or a woman who likes sports. But when you play sports video games, that is a whole nother world that probably most women probably won't ever be able to understand. But I feel like even if you're just a woman who plays video games, you get it. You get the whole thing. And if you're a woman, a female athlete, or a woman who likes sports, it's just toxic sometimes with men, certain men. And there's still men who feel like women should have a space, not even in just sports or as athletes, but people that feel like women shouldn't be playing video games. And I've been blessed to know so many women who do and actually enjoy them, who I love dearly. And it makes me happy because I remember as a kid I thought I was the only girl who played video games. Like my cousins would play them here and there, but I sweated sports games because that's all I used to really play. I didn't really start playing shooter games till Call of Duty Water at War, I believe. I started playing a little shooter games. Modern Warfare 2 is what really got me into like the shooter genre. So now all I play is like Overwatch, Apex, Battle Royales, Fortnite. Play a little COD still. Like that's all I play now. But nonetheless, back to my women's basketball topic. I do love that the game is getting a little recognition, whether it's because of Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. It's getting recognition, and it's a lot of talent coming out this year. It's gonna be a crazy season. Last season was really nice. It was really fun, especially as a Liberty fan. Us getting back to the finals was really nice. Having a squad that actually could win a championship. It's been a minute for the Liberty. Like the Liberty's been around since literally the first game in what, 97, 96? I always forget what year exactly. I think it's 97, I believe. We played LA. I'll never forget it. We played Sparks. First game ever. And we've never really had a championship squad. And now we have one. And all this talent is coming in. And it's just going to make the league better. The league is up to 12 teams. I would love to see more teams down south. The Atlanta Dreamer down there. Dallas is also down there. Like San Antonio had a team. Florida had 2 teams at one point. Charlotte Sting were a thing. Speaking of Dawn Staley. Like let's talk about Dawn Staley for a second. I want to do this before I stumble. I sometimes like to ramble. I don't really much control with me with these things. I just be talking. But still, can we give our love to Dawn Staley? She's been one of my favorite players. She's definitely like one of my like top 10 favorite players, just as a player. But even her as a coach, as a person, she's doing her thing, man. And nobody, I feel like people aren't giving South Carolina their love. Like they went undefeated. They went undefeated. And as much as I love Caitlin Clark and what she's doing, she's bringing eyes to the game, which I love. And she's a baller. Don't get me wrong. I feel like South Carolina didn't get their love. Like, and as a fan of UConn, who we've had plenty of undefeated seasons, and people just scoffed over it because we would do it so much, we would win so much, and it's nice to see other teams winning. It's nice to see other teams. As much as I like us, like I love my Huskies. I hated we lost the way we lost, and that charge or that offensive foul call at the end of the game was kind of bullshit. But that's a whole other story. We definitely could have easily won that game. Caitlin Clark was struggling early in that game. We could have easily won that game earlier. So that was a lot on us too. We're not gonna act like the call just was the reason why we lost. Even though I'm more of a component of just like let people play. Kids, it's like blatant. If you're to the point where you're just like knocking somebody out, like yeah, like that I get. Running somebody over, like that's different. Versus like the screen that happened, I don't think it was a foul. Nonetheless, we don't know if Paige would have hit the shot. That I think she had the ball, I believe. But nonetheless, I'll talk about UConn and then like South Carolina. I mean, and watching them like they went undefeated with a season with a lot of talent. They played Caitlin Clark and what's her face? I can't forget her name. But man, they waved her off last season when they played them. Caitlin just straight up waved her off when she was shooting. And that motivated this woman. Caitlin was going off in the first quarter of this game, or the championship game. I think she had like 16, 18 or something like that. And I got to remember this girl's name. I got to go look her up. But oh girl, she locked it down. She locked it down for the rest of the game. Like, she locked Caitlin down for real. And you gotta give that girl her love, man. I gotta talk about her too. As much as I love, like I said, I love the fact that Caitlin Clark is putting more eyes on the game, and I think that's what we need as far as women's basketball concerned. A person that's a fan, I do want to try to go to a Liberty game this year. I'm really gonna try to. I'm in Jersey. They're right at Barclays. I don't think that's not too far from me. So, but nonetheless, man, like we gotta start like. We got to start giving Dawn Staley her first of all her respect. Like this is what her third title, and she makes great players. You see Boston, and you see I don't know why I can forget Asia Wilson. She's a beast, baller. I love her. I love her game. I love everything Asia Wilson stands for. She's great. But man, we gotta start giving the sport some love. These girls, they can play. Like, y'all gotta just stop acting like you may not like it. Hey, if you don't have a favorite team, whatever, and that whole, like, women should be in the kitchen. And it's just like, shit is old, bro. I'm tired of hearing that shit. And it's just like, I'm to a point where I ignore those people. Like, you'll go to, like, these posts on social media, and you'll just see, like, dudes like, oh, who cares? Oh, get back in the kitchen. It's like, bro, like, I feel like it's a thing where people like they see something happening and they see everybody else doing it and they just do it themselves. They don't ever actually give it a chance. I feel like most of those people that have watched those, that have made those like comments or posts, have never watched a WNBA game or never watched a basketball game or women's basketball game at least, and don't even give them the credit. You're not just gonna just watch to watch some great players just ball out. You're watching just to, oh, she's done this. Oh, she's done, like, I've heard dudes do that watch games. Oh, look at her. She ain't doing this. Ain't no dunking. That's the oldest excuse in my book. I'm so tired of hearing about the whole, oh, they don't dunk. Basketball is basketball, bro. If you don't like basketball, if you don't like women's basketball, just say it's fine to not like it. But to say the reason why you don't like it because they don't dunk, last time I checked, everybody in the NBA ain't dunking. Obviously, I love seeing a great dunk. We love seeing somebody get posterized. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was a big fan of Lob City. Like, I love the Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan going crazy. Like, I love that shit. Don't get me wrong, but don't act like that's not every basket in the NBA isn't a dunk. Like, and that's what pisses me off a lot of times with that whole argument of the whole oh, there's no dunking. No, I just want to see good competition, good players going at it. As long as it's clean, I don't mind. I don't mind a little trash talk. I'm gonna let them trash talk. So what? we all athletes here. Let's have some fun. As long as it, like I said, as long as it doesn't get disrespectful or personal or none of that. And I think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have a respect for each other. First off, I 100% believe that. And like Caitlin Clark does her share of trash talk too. Angel Reese does it as well, and thousands of other players everywhere around the world, professional or not. We all talk crap, even just in the competitive space. Screw just basketball or sports. You don't think people talk crap in gaming? We all do it. I have my moments. There's times when I'm doing my thing. Like I've been playing. I be playing Overwatch. I'm Zarya. I'm a Zarya main. So I be shredding them. My beam be thick. It be thick. If you don't play Overwatch, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But just know when I say the beam is thick and you shoot my bubble, you in trouble. When the song come out, you know it's over. Like we all talk shit. It's okay. Like I said, as long as it's not disrespectful, as long as it doesn't get physical, as long as it doesn't get personal, I don't give a fuck. I love watching that stuff from anybody. It's my. I think that was the one thing I think I've learned to respect. Everybody who knows me knows that I am not a Kobe Bryant fan. I never was a fan of him. I didn't like him. Couldn't stand him. I thought he was the biggest ball hog in NBA history. Still think he is. But I remember as he retired and stories started coming out, and then obviously when he passed, rest in peace. When he passed, a lot of stories would come out about him talking trash, and I'm like, I actually thinking about, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, man. Like, talk trash. It makes the game better. It makes players better. Like, I was literally looking up the video of Dwayne Wade talking about, I remember when he broke Kobe's nose in an All-Star game, and it's one of my favorite gifs or memes or whatever when Wade goes, I love it. He was literally talking about Kobe when he broke his nose in the All-Star game. He said he tried to call him and apologize, and he's like, nah, man, I love it. Like that's crazy. Like, my man didn't care. It was the dog in him. Like, and that's one thing I'll say respect about Kobe. He never backed out from nobody. He ain't give a fuck. He'll take over a game by himself. That's the one thing I did respect about him, and I will say that. And I respected Kobe off the court more just because of the fact that he was a dad, and his daughter who obviously passed away in the crash too, which sucks. Like, he supported her in basketball and everything, and try to put that dog in her, and probably she probably was it's probably a mini Kobe. That would have been a huge for the game and stuff, man. It's sad though. It's sad because I remember at the time too, it was just before COVID popped off in 2020, and my dad wasn't in my life at the time, and I remember hearing about it that Sunday morning. My uncle, who was a big Lakers fan, obviously a big Kobe fan, and he was at church, and I remember waking up and hearing about it, and I'm like, nah, man. And it was just so many stories coming out, false reports about, it was his whole family, him and his whole family. It was like they threw Rick Fox in there. I'm like, what Rick Fox got to do with this? And I'm like, bro, they got to chill. Let the story come out, let the facts come out before everybody's trying to get the big story and get it first, and not thinking about the fact that we lost people. We lost a lot of people, and it was not even just obviously Kobe and his daughter. It was a couple of the girls on her team and their parents and the pilot. People were just so hell bent to get in the story first. But I remember seeing that, and I was just like, no way, bro. No way. And I'm not gonna lie, a tear shed a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't usually cry for a celebrity or people celebrities' deaths and all that stuff. I usually kind of keep it, chill for the most part. But I was a little sad about that, man, because it was just I knew he was a father who supported his kids and all those other kids that were a part of it, and obviously the other parents and stuff, and all the families that are involved. And just as a human, it sucked to hear because Kobe was what 40, 41. He wasn't even like so young. Like it sucked, man. And I remember I came and I told my uncle he said like, yo, I heard about it. I was like we were just sitting there watching and I was just like, no way, bro. Like, and it didn't even like for me it wasn't even about a basketball thing. That's when it just like became like these he still had three other daughters. Like they lost their father, they lost their sister, like his wife, like he lost her husband and her daughter. Like that's what made me thinking about it. I think because of I've lost so many people in my life, so that's what was my main thing when I remember hearing about Kobe's death. And um, but yeah, that's what I think. What made me the saddest about that was just like I had lost a lot of people. People lost their family members in that whole thing, and it sucked. That whole thing sucked, and that's why I was just like, you know, that's always been one thing. A few things I've respected about Kobe, regardless of um, my disdain of him as a player. he wasn't backing down from nobody. He had that dog in him, and he was. It seemed like he was at least a good dad and husband, at least for the most part. We know about that old story in the 2000s. We're not gonna bring that up though. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna try to keep it positive today. I'm sorry. I'm such an idiot. I don't know why I do that, but yeah, we're gonna switch topics. I'm gonna take a little break. We're gonna switch topics. But yeah, draft is gonna be on tonight. I think it comes at 7:30 on ESPN. So I'll probably be watching that. But yeah, I don't think there's nothing else. Also, Otani's like old interpreter. He's an asshole. Fuck that guy. So, like seriously, stole money from that man. That's crazy. But nonetheless, we're gonna take a break. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I kind of want to talk about something. It's a little different. I mean, not different, but it's a little like personal. I feel like recently I've been kind of struggling with some headaches lately. I haven't really been feeling the best. But I think I've just been kind of stressing out about life. Not really sure about what I wanted to do with life, and finding my purpose has been something I've been kind of searching for a while now, for years, and like what I want to do with myself and how I want to better myself, get myself out of the situation I'm in, and I I've been trying to take walks. Last few days, I've definitely gone outside and take a walk for at least around my apartment building for like 20 minutes. Um, I walked to the store yesterday, and there have been so many homeless people around my area. Like it's literally like somebody out here who literally has like a whole just like fort set up. They like got bunches, like a bunch of boxes, got a bunch of Amazon boxes and just long brown boxes and strollers and things. And it was probably early. It was probably like 9 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock that morning. And they were like out there literally like washing up, bathing. And it was just like it's just it puts into perspective a lot of stuff. First of all, homelessness is crazy to me. I was on the phone with my cousin, and they just like, you literally have to qualify to get in a shelter. Like what? like it's and I, as much as I don't like being here, I will say that at least at worst, I have a roof over my head, and that's something I've never had to worry about my whole life. I've had people who've always had my back, who's always taken care of me. So, like I said, the last 2+ years since my uncle's passed away, it's been a little bit of a struggle, just trying to figure out me and what I want to do with my life. I've done a bunch of ideas, juggled a bunch of ideas. I think I'm definitely gonna like try to go to school for something because I want to get out of here. I need my own money. I need to. It's just me. Like it's not. I don't have any kids. I don't have a spouse, and I like my mom's passed away, and my grandmother's passed away. I don't have nobody to take care of. Like it's literally just me, and I'm lucky to be in the situation I'm in. My rent isn't as high, even though it's still struggling to pay, but it's nowhere as high as the normal person living in Jersey, like the tri-state area. Like it's nowhere near. So I am lucky in that situation, in that way. I still want to get out of here, man. and I just I'm trying to find ways to not even just do something just to do it. I want to do something that I want to love and enjoy doing, where it doesn't feel like work all the time. And sometimes I love just turning on my TV. Yes, I still have cable. And like literally to my left right now, I have the Pat McCaffrey show is on ESPN. Um and it's always something I wanted to do. And this is why I kind of started this podcast, was because of the fact that I at some point I want to have my own show, whether it's um on TV, online, whatever. I feel like online is the norm now. But I don't want to be one of those. I know there's a lot of podcasts out there. Like everybody's doing a podcast, it seems like. And I want to find ways to stand out. I do still plan on having guests. I know I've said that since I've started this, and it's been what I think I started this December, and we're almost at the 30 episodes, which is kind of crazy. But it's really just been me rambling. There's not been much structure. Um, but I want to get to the point where I get some structure. And I want to get to the point where I actually do something with this. And even my content creation stuff. I've been trying to keep up my streaming schedule, quote unquote. Like I said, I stream Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be streaming. Overwatch new season is coming out, so I'm excited about that. So we're probably gonna be on maybe 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just get having fun, enjoying the new stuff, new battle pass and whatnot. I've been trying to find a grip on that as well. I've been trying to still upload to YouTube, trying to still upload to TikTok, stream at least a few days a week, trying to keep some kind of steady schedule for my life. And it's been like I've found a balance here and there, but I'm still trying to find my balance. And I'm trying to like not be super hard on myself when it comes to like finding what I want and need. Um I'm trying not to be super hard on myself, because I know there's people who have you know, it's taken them 50, 60 years to find out what they want in life. And I want to find it now. But I'm trying not to be, like I said, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. I'm trying to still find what I want to do in my life. Because I'm not very like, I mean, obviously if I would love to be a millionaire, like obviously, but it's not like to the point where I am like that's my main goal right now. Right now I just want to be comfortable, um wake up in a place where I'm like legit, at least have a smile on my face, or at least have some kind of comfortableness. And as I've been here so long, I've been in this apartment for over 25 years, the same apartment. um been living here ever since my mom passed. I moved in here with my grandma. Now it's, people have passed on and it's just me. And it's still, even after 2.5 years of my uncle passing away, it legit doesn't feel like my apartment. It still has a lot of their stuff is here still. It's still a lot of trauma, a lot of memories, good and bad. But I just want something. I want something to motivate me. I need something to kind of wake me up. And I think the whole like even seeing all the homeless people outside, I think that was the thing that kind of at least opened my eyes a little. Um, but nonetheless, I just want to find something that keeps me going, because I'm gonna be straight, like, and be real, and maybe a trigger warning, but it's just trigger warning. But I feel like I just don't want to be here sometimes. Like I don't want to exist anymore, and I kind of want to start over. I wish I could just hit a reset button. And obviously, if I could keep all the knowledge I know now and do things so different. And I know it's not good to look back, and I know it's not good to dwell on the past. And you got to try to not forget the past, but at least learn from the past. And I'm trying to do that, but it gets really hard most days to just get out of bed, feel okay, um, find a reason to get up, or find a reason to just take a shower or eat food. I've it's times I've gone 2 3 days, or at least 2 days. I won't say three, but about at least 2 days without eating, or just not wanting to do anything or wanting to move. And I don't like that feeling. Um, it definitely is it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but just know I'm trying, and I try to not be so hard on myself. In my stream yesterday, me and my friends, we were talking about cuz I funny story. I was bored and I decided to like download a dating app. And first of all those dating apps are stupid. Sorry. I hate to say it. The fact that they all cost money is almost is very ridiculous how much money most of those dating sites cost. Um So I'm to a point where I just did it for fun, just to do a little peek see. Big Mama was just peeking, and I was just like, I'm like, man, no, this is not what I want. If I find love, I want it to be more natural. I don't want it to be like I'm forcing it. Like I feel like, and there's no offense because I know people who've met like their significant others off of dating apps or had decent experiences with them, and that's good for them, and more power to you. But I just like those dating apps feel to me, it doesn't feel natural. And I'm just like not with it. And it's so weird for me to try to quote unquote sell yourself because you're writing this profile, you're trying to make yourself seem like this amazing person. We all have baggage. None of us are perfect. And there's some characters on there. I didn't message anybody, but I saw some people and I saw some profiles and I was just like like these people crazy. But nonetheless, like I'm to a point where I'm not even trying to force it with anyone. I'm just gonna try to just work on me and try to better myself. Try to better myself and get some income, get a better mindset, get my ass out of here. And because I'm really hoping that something happens where it'll kick my ass, punch me in my face, run me over, just to be like, Steph, get your ass up. You can't. I literally sometimes I'll be around and I'll just like be by myself and I'm like, I'll start crying and I'll just be like, as weird as it may sound, and like trigger warning again, and I'll just straight up say, I don't want to die here, like, and it's just like, yeah. And I just don't. I want so much more for myself. And like I said, I'm not super high maintenance. Like if I got my own space, I don't even care if I have to live with someone. If I got my own space, as long as I got my own room, my own space, I can have my stream set up and I'm cool. Like I'm cool. Give me a bed and a stream setup, and your girl straight. Um, but nonetheless, um, I'm trying to do better for myself. I want to do better for myself. And I went out to my cousin's daughter, which obviously is my cousin too. Had her birthday party last Sunday, and it was at a bowling alley, and it was fine. Like everybody was fine, nobody bothered me. But it was just like I looked around and I looked at all my cousins and see them like having their own, you know, having significant others and having their own families. Like they've all started their own families. Like my my uncle's grandson, he's literally 13, which is nuts. He looks like a fucking adult almost. But and it's crazy. Like it's just like I feel like I'm so behind, and I'm just like I said, we were talking about on a stream, and one of my friend Squinta was talking about how like his grandmother's always begging him to have grandchildren, and it's just like you gotta let people live their lives. Everybody's different, and I hate when people tell you that by 30 you should have everything in order. You should have a significant other and maybe have children if you want, and all this. No, like we're all different here. We're all different. We all have different stories. Our backgrounds are different, and that's why I love my beautiful circle of friends. I do love my friends, the people that are close to me, because they're all different in so many ways. And some of them I don't understand. Like in any other scenario, I probably wouldn't even know them. So like gaming and stuff, obviously streaming, all that stuff has brought me some amazing people in my life. And but yeah, we all have our own stories. We all have our own baggage. We're all different. And I really hate when the quote unquote old school, they have this whole thing of you have to be married. You have to, if you're a girl, you have to have a husband. If you're a boy, you have to have a wife. Like, and it's just not real. It's not realistic, man. Things are different. And the thing is, I don't even like even saying that, because I don't even want to get into the whole like sexuality stuff. Um, but it's just like people like trans people and gay people have been around forever. Like this is nothing that's just new. It's just because of like social media and the times that it's something that you see a lot. Like this stuff has been around forever. We all know people in our family who are gay or whatever. Like I could probably off the top of my head think about maybe 4 or 5 family members who are at least who are gay or in some kind of relationship with the same sex partner. Like it's not that out of the box. Like this is stuff that's been around forever. And people act like it's just something that's just so new and so different. And Gen Z, it's like no, that's no. Like listen, Gen Z probably put it out there at least more often for everybody to see because of the social media, because of TikTok, because of Twitter, because of whatever. That may be true, but the LGBT community has existed forever. Like y'all do understand that, and that's another thing that pisses me off. It's just like this old school mentality of people, like, and it's just like you have to do this one way or another, and or people that tell people they have to have kids. Everybody's not meant for parenthood. Everybody's not meant for parenthood, and then that is what it is. Like I love kids, I love being around them. I find kids fucking hilarious. um, but I don't know if I would be. I know I'd probably be a good parent, but I just love seeing all the people around me have children, and like all of the people I know that have kids already, and watching them grow up and stuff. It's always nice. I like to see them grow up and stuff. And but like I personally, I don't know. I'm just saying it now. I'm not saying I would never have kids. It's never gonna be a thing. Maybe I find someone, a significant other, and maybe we have that conversation. You know, if I find the right significant other to have that conversation with. Because some of y'all be out here having kids with crazy people just to, just to be doing the do. And y'all don't even do no background checks. And then wonder why she keyed up and just slit your tires and all this stuff, and wondering why. Yeah, because you didn't check the fact that she was in an insane asylum when she was like 13. Like you didn't check. You didn't check. So stupid. You didn't check at all. Like you didn't even give a background check or nothing. Sheesh. Y'all just be out here just opening your legs and pulling out your thing for anybody. And you wonder why. This is why I stay to myself, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna force it with anyone. But I'll let that happen when it happen. I need to find me first. I'm still looking for me. Trying to find me, And if we could build together, grow together, that's completely fine. Like what Squid Time was saying yesterday, he's like, I just want to find somebody I could build together with, and keep the drama down. Just keep the petty stuff, the drama to a minimum. That's all. I remember I was told I was too nice. I hate that story so much. No, but I think that's it. I think I made my comeback a little bit. It's been a few weeks since I've done that podcast, but I'm definitely gonna. I want to do these live. At some point, I think we're definitely gonna be doing these live on the Twitch, at least on a Monday or a Friday, one of the days. I know it's Monday now, and I said I do Friday, so I kind of want to do Monday, Friday. I think that might be the move. Try to upload content on the other days, stream it on the other days. We're gonna try to balance this thing out, and man, I wanna take this podcast further, and like I said, get some guests on here, all that stuff. But nonetheless, I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I appreciate anybody who's been listening this long. I appreciate you. Check out the Spotify for the episodes. And like I said, we be uploading. These be going on YouTube too. So what's up, YouTube? How you doing? But yeah, check me out on the socials. Big Mama Stuff everywhere, pretty much. BIGGMOMMASTEPH. TikTok, it's just underscore at the end. That's the only place that's like an underscore. I really want to get my name on there. I have an old profile that I have to go back and delete just to figure out how to do it. Or just to figure out how to like delete that account and then use the account that I'm using. That's why there's an underscore at the end of my TikTok. We up to like 250 followers. We trying. That's why I said I got to be more consistent on there. For sure. I'm probably gonna try to put some up by the day. Or tomorrow. But yeah, that's all. That's me everywhere on the socials. Big Mama Steph. But it's the middle of April. We already what past the third of the year gone. Shit, third of the year. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that we're already in April. It felt like January was so long and February just flew by, and now we already in April, which is nuts. Before you know it, it's gonna be back football season. Like it's gonna be crazy. That's why I said I gotta get on the ball, get some things done. I'm trying to like do my thing and better myself. But I hope everybody tries to better themselves out there, man. And that's for anybody who's listening. Like I said this far, if you just feel like you're just not found yourself or found what you want to do in life, don't pressure yourself too much. Just try to be a little bit easy on yourself, man. Like times is hard out here. Like it's hard. Talking about all the homeless people and all the economy's crazy. You can't even afford to live no more. Like a regular 9 to 5 minimum wage, you can't even live too much by yourself anymore. Also, people that's living with your parents, don't feel bad. People be trying to make people feel bad for living with their parents and all this stuff. Like, don't feel bad. Times is hard out here. Y'all do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do to survive and live a comfortable life. If you're comfortable with it and everything's going smooth between you and your family and whoever you're living with, if you're living with somebody, if everything's going smooth with them and nobody's disrespecting nobody, don't let nobody bring you down for living with your parents. Like that's sorry, it's so petty to me. But nonetheless, like I said, Big Mama Steph on all the socials. I love you guys. But yeah, hope everybody has an amazing start to their week. An amazing start to their week. But love your faces. Stay beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Remember to drink your water, check on a homie, and remember your love. Peace.